Yep, it's time to get serious now. It's now time to talk about the real issues plaguing TTRPGs.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Every campaign needs a chaotic goose NPC, and this is the hill that I am willing to honk on.
I like it.
So,
Oh,
in this presentation, I will show beyond any doubt that the presence of a chaotic goose NPC will improve any TTRPG campaign by 1,000%. And if you don't believe me on that, you can just fight me, because
Alright.
it is what it is. So let's start with some goose lore. You know, geese are the perfect agents of chaos. They're inherently unpredictable.
True.
They respect no law, no alignment, and they can cause chaos in any situation: combat, social situations, even politics. They are the perfect agent of chaos, and there is no comeback on this. So the mechanics. As a GM, how do you implement the chaotic goose in your campaign?
Okay.
So let's go through
that's
it.
what I'm wondering.
Yeah, let's go through it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So hit points, yes. Next. Attacks. Of course they can pick. I've gone for 1d4 chaos damage. You know, that's up to the GM. The honk
Okay.
causes fear, no save. And the wing flap, which doesn't really do anything, but it's good for dramatic effect, especially if the goose is getting out of there in a quick situation. And finally, of course, the alignment. A lot of people don't like alignment, but for this chaotic goose, it just is. That's the alignment. There is no other alignment. It's chaotic goose. And if you're playing anything else, even with your player characters, you're just wrong. You've got to be chaotic goose. Moving on.
Okay. Sure.
So, here we have a little bit of a case study.
Good.
In previous D&D campaigns that I've played, we've had hero geese. Like, things took an unexpected turn when a goose became the unintentional hero in our story. During a routine mission to gather information on the evil King Vargos, our ranger rolled poorly, leading to the DM to introduce a random goose that attacked her. What started as a joke became serious when our bard decided to use animal friendship on the goose, and suddenly, it was part of our party. The goose followed us around, causing chaos wherever it went, and became a running gag in the group. But the real twist came when we infiltrated the king's court. In a tense moment, the goose honked loudly, and to our surprise, Vargos reacted in fear, recognizing the goose as an omen from a prophecy foretelling his downfall. What was once a joke had turned into a key plot point. The townspeople, who had grown fond of the goose's chaotic antics, rallied outside the palace, and when Vargos ordered the goose captured, a full-scale revolt broke out. In the chaos, the goose bit Vargos, triggering his collapse from power. The people of the kingdom hailed the goose as a symbol of rebellion, and leading to a successful coup that none of us had anticipated. What started as a silly random encounter turned into the most dramatic and memorable moment of the campaign, with a goose inadvertently toppling a tyrant and leading a revolution. As you see, people, geese are the agents of chaos. They can lead us to freedom. All hail the goose.
All hail the goose.
Wow.
So, as a GM, how are you going to use the goose? Well, of course, you've got side quests that your party won't see coming. So, up first, retrieving the golden egg. Spoiler, it's just a normal egg, but the goose doesn't care. Stopping the goose rampage. The party must chase a rampaging goose through the village, but every time they corner it, it honks and escapes. What are you going to do? And last but not least, diplomacy with the goose. The party has to convince the goose to leave a farmer's field peacefully, but you have no common language, so good luck with that. So these are the main counter-arguments that I hear a lot about this, and I'm very, very passionate about it, and I refuse to entertain them. You are just simply wrong for not including a goose in your campaign, and here's some of those ridiculous counter-arguments that I hear. Up first, but geese won't fit in my campaign. Wrong, geese are universal.
Okay.
My players will just kill it. Not if the goose kills them first.
True. True.
And geese are too silly for my grimdark campaign. Incorrect. A goose is the perfect agent of grim chaos. We've been through this, people. Get with the program.
And I'm glad that you gave a beautiful representation of the grim dark goose.
Yes, there he sits on his dark throne. Look at my boy. So, what further proof do we need? Well, we've got evidence from nature. So here's some real-life goose facts that prove my point. Fact 1. Geese can hiss, honk, and attack simultaneously. They are the kings of multi-attack actions.
That is true.
Fact 2.
So true.
Geese are fiercely territorial and have no regard for authority. Perfect for any TTRPG. And fact 3. A goose can remember faces. Perfect for holding grudges in-game. What more can a GM ask for?
Oh no.
Is that actually true?
I'm
That
so
is
worried.
true. That is a real fact.
These facts.
Nextly, remember faces. So I went out to the TPD community, the players in the TPD community who have witnessed the goose's power, and they gave me some of their testimonials. First up, Sarah Mobley told me, I laughed until I cried when the goose ruined our heist, Noblob. I don't know what the last bit was about, but perfect. Jax then told me the goose was scarier than the dragon, 10 out of 10, would honk again. Our good friend Mike, sporadic, he confided in me that we tried to tame the goose, but that was a big mistake, almost as big as the mistake the TPD community makes on what aioli is. And my final quote came from AK, but for some reason she just said, "Can I pet that dog?"
Can I pet that dog?
She did say that.
She did say it. So in conclusion, the goose is the unsung hero of RPG campaigns. The goose will enhance immersion, introduce chaos, and provide memorable moments. So go forth, my fellow GMs, and unleash the goose. And for my final slide, my final thoughts on this, remember that the goose is eternal. And in the end, the goose will honk, and you will thank me for it.
Oh.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today.
That's so deep.